Alright, here we go. Week 6, SJD Design Super Late Model Series, halfway through the season. We're at Fairbury tonight. 100 laps for you guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at your grid. Looking at your pole sitter right there. In that 022 machine, the Surge Performance, Tony Schroeder Racing. That's Tony Martin out of Findlay, Ohio. Pole sitter 3 weeks in a row, looking to become a 2-time winner tonight in the series. Just outside of him, we got the 84 of Stephen Hott, owner-operator Backdraft Motorsports. Back there, row 2, Tony's teammate, Chris Sons. Right next to him, you got the 19, Matthew Stewart out of Red Oak, Texas for Backdraft Motorsports. Surprisingly, back there, starting P5 tonight, 3-time winner. And that number 5 car in the SJD Design Super Late Model. That's going to be Seth Johnson. Looking to become a 4-time winner tonight with your points leader. And Kyle Bolin making some last-minute adjustments. Not out here just quite yet, but Kyle Bolin will be starting in the 6th spot tonight. And that is your grid. We'll get ready to fire these guys off here for 100 laps tonight. Pace truck is off. Here we go. Tony Martin gets a good jump down into turn 1. Stephen Hott up on the high side. Tony Martin on the inside. Chris Sons right behind him. Chris Sons, Seth Johnson, they make contact. Seth trying to sneak it low there underneath Chris. Work their way down the front stretch. Seth still looking inside. Tony Martin, he's out to a good gap in the front there. Seth able to clear Chris. Chris gonna look low, see if he can throw a slider back. Can't cross him over. Field is single filed out. Up front, Tony Martin, Stephen Hott, Seth Johnson, Chris Sons, Matthew Stewart, Kyle Bolin, that's your running order. Here come the guys flying into turn 1. So Seth Johnson right there, Chris Sons, Matthew Stewart. Pretty well single filed out. Little group of cars back here. 84 trying to work his way around. Kyle Bolin there, looks like we're gonna have the caution out. Chris Sons gets himself looped around. And he'll be bringing that in for service. So first caution out here, Fairbury, the SJD Design Super Late Model Series. 9 of 100 in the books here so far. Tony Martin led all of them so far. He went wire to wire 2 weeks ago, Williams Grove. Took the pole and led every lap. Looking to do the same tonight. So far, so good. Lights are off the pace truck. We'll get ready to go green. Here we go. Let's see what they got. Tony Martin, good jump. Seth Johnson from that second row. He's going to clear the 84 down into 1. Coming at it too. He'll still be clear. It's going to be Tony Martin, Seth Johnson. Steven hot. Top 3. Here they come by the flag stand. Battle up front there. Seth Johnson looking to the high side. Tony Martin keeping it tucked low. Seth gets a huge run there. Lap traffic may play a role. The 6 of Kyle Bolin. Seth's got to check up for him. Tony going to use Kyle as a pick there. Able to maintain the lead. Seth gets around Kyle there. 84 is going to look to the inside. There's Matthew Stewart. Chris Sons has made his way back out on the track after that early incident. Being shown 2 laps down right now. Shots. These guys go ripping around the corners. Seth Johnson still looking on that high side. Looks like Tony might have moved up a little bit, maybe trying to slide into that middle lane. That bottom groove might be losing a little speed here. Seth might have him cleared. Lap traffic looking to play a role again. Chris Sons here up on the high side. Once again, the 5 of Seth Johnson has to slow down due to lap traffic. Fairbury, really small track, hard to get around here. Very, very bumpy on the inside, but the high side is where you can get stuck in some lap traffic and get slowed down. That's exactly what happened with Seth Johnson there. Tony Martin, you see the gap up top. Still got Seth cleared by about half a second here. Smooth track though in front of these leaders here. It's clear. Let's see if Seth can get him cleared before he gets up to that lap car of Kyle Bolin. Seth's gonna get a good run here down the hill. Kyle Bolin gonna try to tuck it low. They're 3 wide. Oh, that was dicey for a second. Able to keep it together though. Seth looking for the crossover. Tony goes high. Seth throwing the slider low. We got a great battle for the lead. Oh! 5 almost gets into the 022. We like to move the camera around and check on other guys, but we got a great battle here for the lead. 31, 32 now of 100 in the books here at Fairbury in the SJD Design Super Late Model Series. Appreciate Seth coming on board, this paint company, sponsoring the series. See him right there in the 5 machine, the theme machine. If you need a paint, any sort of paint on iRacing, look up Seth Johnson Design on Facebook, give it him and he'll get you hooked up. Tony back to the lead. As they're both kind of ripping that high side right now. Now about to put Matthew Stewart a lap down. Not an easy task. Matthew Stewart, no slouch in these cars, but these guys are on another level tonight. Seth gonna look to the inside, see if he can get a run. Maybe use Matthew Stewart as a pick here. We got him 3 wide. Stu-Rat doing all he can to stay out of the way of the leaders here. Not trying to interfere with this battle. Looks like Seth lost a little bit of momentum back there. Tony right back to his favorite spot, down on the inside, able to get the slide job done, completed. Gets past the lap car there, Stu-Rat. Both our leaders back up to the high side. Big run for Seth there. Oh, Seth about as close as you can get to that wall. He's got the back of that car all kinds of hung out. Closes right up to the 022. He just cannot get by Tony. Tony making that super late model really wide. Seth, he's going to try himself some of the inside line there. Can't quite get the power down. Hard to do. Throws a slider. Tony says, thank you very much. I got one of my own. I've been to this inside line before. I'll take it back. Tony back the lead. 44-100 in the books. Chris Sons, you see the lap car right there. Staying low. Thank you, sir. But this is just too good of a battle to hop off of this right now. Currently, Tony Martin, Seth Johnson, Stephen Hott, Matthew Stewart 1 lap down. Chris Sons showing 4 laps down. Kyle Bolin as well, 4 laps down. That's your field. As I switch off to look, Kyle Bolin gets right in front of, it looks like he got sideways in front of Tony Martin. And Tony Martin's got some damage to the right side of that 022 machine. We'll have to see if he's going to bring it down for service, if that's going to affect him or not. There, you see the debris on the track right there. Just as we went to switch cameras and check on everything. It's like he's checking the handling out right now. Gonna see if that affected him at all. Still a long ways to go here. Only 46 of 100 is our special event in Redemption Weekly Racing Series as we go celebrate halfway through our first season. Seth said, you know what? Add some more laps into this one. Let's go 100 at Fairbury. And so that's what we're doing tonight. Tony trying to see if he's going to be able to make that car last the last 54 laps here. Looks like he's keeping it out though. We're double file. Ready to go green. Here we go. Let's see what that 022's got left in it. Seth's going to look to the inside. Tony able to get a good start initially anyways. Seth's going to clear him. We've seen this before though. Tony back to the low side, looking for the crossover. They're side by side, coming down the backstretch. Into 3 and 4, coming out of 4. Seth's going to look to keep that run going. And he does. He's able to clear him. Seth Johnson, new leader. Tony Martin right behind him. 84, Stephen Hott. Chris Sons right on his bumper. Stu-Rat, see him get loose. He gets up and tags the wall just a little bit there. Chris Sons, he's getting him some of the wall. Are we at Darlington or are we at Fairbury? Hard to tell the difference right now. Oh, Chris Sons, a little more sideways than he wanted to be right there, I think. Stu-Rat able to make his way around. That could have been bad. Seth Johnson has checked out meanwhile. 3.5 seconds right now. You see the gap right there back to Tony Martin. Tony Martin got about the same gap over the 84. Looking back to Stu-Rat. Stu-Rat's actually running 4th place right now. It's Chris Sons. Chris Sons, you say, if I could talk, he's showing 4 laps down and scoring right now. '56, 100 in the books here. 6th week, halfway through the season. SJD Design Super Late Model Series. So Tony Martin, your early leader. Not sure if that damage is affecting him right now, but he's moved back to the 2nd place. Seth Johnson with about 5.5 seconds right now on the field. 3rd place driver, Stephen Hawk. Stu-Rat, he has lost a front tire there as he gets up into the wall hard. And we'll see, are we going to be able to stay green? He comes down in front of Tony. He gets it into the pits though. We are going to be able to stay green. Surprising. As we had a tire roll right in front of our leaders there. Seth looking to work his way around the lap car of Chris Sons right now. Still 6.5 seconds over Tony Martin. '63 of 100 in the books here. The SJD Design Super Late Model Series. It's almost 7.5 seconds now. The gap is opened up too. And you see the pace truck come out as you see Stu-Rat sideways on the track right there. He had it facing the wrong direction. So the caution's out here. 64 of 100 in the books. I know one driver that didn't want to see that. That's the 5 of Seth Johnson for sure. One that did want to see it is that man right there, Tony Martin. And he's going to bring that thing into the pits. Caution laps, of course, don't count out here right now, so Tony Martin going to go ahead and get himself a free reset. Dominating car early, and now he's going to be out here with a fresh car, and Seth Johnson is going to have to hold him off with not much of a buffer in between. You see Tony making his way back up to the field as we're about to go green, and he's going to pretty much get there. Seth jumps out to the early lead, 84 right behind him. Chris Sons going to go low, let his teammate go by. He says, go get him. See Tony getting a little bit loose there. He's able to get up and underneath Chris. Gets around him. Still plenty of time to go here in this one. 67 100 in the books. And you see that gap now closing. Seth Johnson with about 1.5 seconds for the 84. Just over 2 seconds. Back to the 022 of Chris Sons. The 84, he's up into the wall. Tony, he's looking low on the 84 right now. Says, I got places to be, and it's back up near that 5 car. 30 laps to go in this one. Still a long way to go here. It's a short track, but a lot can happen at Fairbury. That inside line is not easy to work either. Tony's making that look real easy all night long. It is very, very bumpy down there. The camera does not do it justice, I promise you. The smooth, easy way around here, if you want to say there's an easy line at Fairbury, is the top side. But Tony Martin been fast down bottom all night long. Very hard to do. You see Seth up there still ripping that high line. And 84 ripping down the wall right behind him. Tony closed that gap up. 2.5. He's chopped a second out of that lead just since we've gone green. 10 laps. It's all taking him to do it. Seth trying to keep that 5 wound up on the high side. Keep that momentum going. Seth looking for his 4th win on the season. Tony, 3 poles in a row, including tonight. So far, just 1 win to show for it. Leaders coming up on the lap car. Chris Sun's going to go ahead and tuck it low. He'll stay out of the battle. Lap traffic not going to be a factor this time around. Seth up into the wall. He brings him by the stripe. 22 to go. Caution is out. As the 84, all kinds of damage. He got up into the wall. Tony Martin going to inherit 2nd place after that one. .22 to go. Seth brings it into the pits, and that's going to hand the lead over to Tony Martin. So Seth said, you know what, hey, fresh car, it's a good idea, Tony. I think I'll get one too. Let's go back real quick and see if we can't see exactly what caused that accident. Not sure exactly. We see the 84 just got done with service there. Let's see if we can go a little bit further back and see if we can't find out exactly what happened to the 84 here to bring that caution out. See, his car is all sorts of damage right there. There it was. Just gets in there a little too hot. Wall grabs him, and he goes for a ride up the fence. Doesn't take much more than that. We'll get you back to live racing action here. 22 to go in this one. Tony Martin out front. Pace lights off the truck. Double file him up. Tony Martin, Seth Johnson. Chris Sun's right there. Stephen Hott. Here we go. Doesn't look much different than the start of the race. Tony Martin low. Seth Johnson high. Seth looking for that momentum down the front stretch. Let's see if he can keep the momentum up on the high side. Always looks like he's going to clear him. Gets a huge run. And Tony's just able to work that bottom side that much better to keep that thing going. He's going to squeeze Seth Johnson, not give him much room there. Really clean racing up front by our leaders tonight. Great job. We are back under caution again. Not sure if that was, I think that might have been the 19 of Matthew Stewart that got spun around on that one. So only 18 to go here. You see the starter there, Barney, giving the 1 to go sign. Lights are going to be off the pace truck. There they are. Pace truck pulls off. 18 to go to settle this one. 100 lapper at Fairbury. SJD Design Super Late Model Series. Who wants it more? Let's go. Tony takes a blow down into turn 1. Seth Johnson, where he's been all night, on the high side. Stephen Hott still hanging in there. Got a front row seat to this action. Just waiting for something to happen here. So far, 85 laps. Not much. These guys are separated by about 0.2 of a second. Seth looking low. Nothing. Can't make it stick. Not a whole lot of places to go on this little track right now. See the gap up there. Tony's opened it up about 3/4 of a second. See the guys make their way out of 2 down the backstretch. Past the flag stand, 10 to go now. Tony's still out front. Tony looks like he's moved up to the middle line there. Found some speed. Seth's gonna say, I'm gonna stick with this high line. You can see that 022 machine just bouncing around. I'm telling y'all, it is bumpy on this track. Anywhere low to middle, huge bumps. Hard to keep the momentum up. Tony doing a great job though. 7 to go. They take it past the flag stand this time by. Seth using every inch of the track he can. Tries to get that run down the hill. 6 to go. What's it gonna be? Is Tony gonna be a 2-time winner, or is Seth gonna pull off victory number 4? Go 4 for 6 on the season. Let's see. Poppy track is pretty much clear, as you can tell. 4 to go. Nobody in the way of these guys right now. Mano y mano. 3 to go. Seth closing in. That high line just giving him a little more momentum, it looks like right now. Oh, Seth. Huge into the wall. With just 2 to go, that's going to be big. That is going to be big. Coming to get the white flag. Next time by. Tony Martin looking to become a two-time winner here. There it is. Tony pulls it off tonight. Huge win. Second in the series. Second time he's gone wire to wire. Big win for him. Seth Johnson, that's your number 2. Stephen Hott, he'll bring it around in P3 tonight. It's your winner, Tony Martin, as we get ready to go trackside.
All right, looks like we got all our drivers lined up here at the start line for our post-race interviews. We'll start with Stephen Hott here. You want to break down your race for us? Tell us what happened out there.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. 100 laps. Kind of knew it was going to be a nightmare. Not really a dirt guy, and this track's extremely bumpy. I got pretty fortunate to qualify P2. Tony was not as fast as I expected him to be. I didn't know if he was like saving right off the bat or what the deal was, but I pretty much expected to be lapped by like lap 10 with him. So it was kind of cool to be up there until I just couldn't keep it off the wall. The car just would not turn. Yeah, I don't know, just bad luck for other people, and sometimes it falls good my way when that happens. So I'll take a P3 and get out of here with that and be happy with it.
Yeah, great deal there. It was definitely a tough track out here tonight. Very bumpy, very slick there toward the end. Good work out there to all you fellas. You want to got any sponsors you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, as always, got SJD Designs on the car. I got to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for sure. Absolutely, wouldn't be here without him. And Backtrack Motorsports, my team, specifically my 2 dirt guys, P2 over here, Seth and Kyle Bolin. Appreciate the tips out here and helping me on dirt, and Redemption Weekly Racing Series as well. And thanks to the rest of the drivers for showing up.
Yes, sir. Sorry about that. Moving on to P2 tonight. We got Seth Johnson out here in the 5. Why don't you break down your race for us tonight? It was an exciting one out there. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's always interesting when you race at Fairbury, especially when you have 100 laps to do it. Most of the race, I was able to hit the top pretty well. I think, unfortunately, with about 10 laps left, I think it started to get a little too greasy, and kind of struggled to stay on the high side. Hit the wall a couple times, which killed my momentum, and I was starting to chase Tony down a little bit, but then I hit the wall too many times, and I think there's probably a little bit more grip on the bottom. Hats off to him, man. He drove a great race, and to keep it clean here for 100 laps and to be there at the end is always good. But it was a lot of fun. Credit Tony for a great race, and definitely earned that one.
Yeah, good race tonight for sure. You got any sponsors you want to tell us about tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank SJD Designs. I want to thank Backtrack Motorsports, the team. I want to thank just all the guys over at Redemption Weekly Racing Series for putting this on. It's been a blast to race this. And we're only halfway through the season, so I'm excited for the rest of it. Yeah.
Great deal. Congratulations again on your P2 tonight. And we'll move on to our winner of tonight's feature, Tony Martin. Tell us how it went out there for you.
Well, Fairbury's a tough track, like everybody said. Just lucky to hang on there at the end and found something in the middle. The top just wasn't working for me, so I had to change lines and try something. And luckily, it was enough to hold Seth off because he's a good challenger. He always runs me clean. I like racing with him.
Yeah, absolutely. You two are always a good time out here. Fun to watch for sure. Tell us about your sponsors tonight. Let us know who you want to thank tonight.
Well, thank you guys for putting the race on, and Trevor Schroeder Racing and my team, Surge Performance.
All right, great job tonight on that P1. Well done to all the drivers out here tonight.